I am Terrell PA, a motivational success coach, and I help entrepreneurs and writers to get unstuck and organized with a step-by-step plan so that you can step into your purpose and make a profit. Yes, so I am the owner and CEO of Terrell Renee Consulting and also the owner of Task Publishing, right? So overall, I help coaches and consultants in aspiring authors to create their signature services and write their books and find their purpose and passion and package that into a book or business. So hello, hello, hello. Now, today we are talking about the 3 steps to get the ball rolling. Yes, 3 steps to get the ball rolling so that you can write your book. Okay. So grab a paper and pen. We are going to get started. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because I like to dive into topics really quickly and I don't like to waste time, right? So here we go. I hope you are ready. Number one, okay. Number one, if you are trying to write your book and if you are someone who you're like, I have this book inside of me, but I just don't know where to get started, okay? The first thing that you want to do is to decide on the topic you are going to write, okay? You want to decide on the topic that you are going to write, okay? Is this something that you already have experience in? Is this something that you have been working on? Is this something that's going to be a biography? Is this going to be nonfiction? You really want to narrow down your topics and decide what are you going to be writing on, right? And a lot of times that can be the hardest thing to do, is to decide, what am I going to be writing on, right? So there's a couple of things that you can do in order to move the needle, okay? So the first thing that you want to do is really take a step back and see, are you in alignment with your overall purpose? Okay, are you in alignment with your overall purpose? Now, I teach all of my authors to really dive deep into getting unhooked on what their purpose is, not just with their books, but making sure that you're in full alignment before you even start writing. Why? Because you want to write from a place of authenticity, okay? I can tell you, when I was writing my book, yes, I am an author. Here's my book here. My Broken Stiletto, A Woman's Guide to Up-Leveling Your Faith, Finances, and Fashion. And when I was deciding on coming up with a topic to write my book, I had to get really, really clear and really, really take a step back and realize what direction that I want to go in. Okay, so if you're someone where maybe you have multiple books inside of you, or maybe you're trying to decide, should you do an autobiography? Should you write nonfiction? Where should you begin? Okay, you want to narrow down your topics based on your experiences, your goals, and your objectives. Okay, again, you want to narrow down your topics based off of your experiences, your goals, and your objectives. Why? Because those are the things that is going to help move the needle and make writing really, really easy. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have these 3 components when you are getting ready to write your book. Okay, so number one, you want to decide on the topic you are going to write on, okay? And you're going to do that by narrowing down your topics based off your experiences, your goals, and your objectives, okay? You want to be crystal clear on the direction that you are going in, okay? Number 2, are you ready for number 2? Number 2 is you want to create a brain dump of your ideas. Yes, so let me just tell you, this is the first step that I do with my authors. So I have a program called the Writer's Concierge Blueprint. And inside of the Writer's Concierge Blueprint, we actually formulate your manuscript so that you can self-publish your book, but get it done really in good amount of time so that you're not, standing your head and being stuck, right? So the first step that we do is we do a brain dump of all of your ideas, okay? So once you start with this brain dump, what you're going to do is take a piece of paper, or you can decide if you're going to do this either on your computer or on a piece of paper, but you want to take the topic. Once you have gotten your topic, you want to take your topic and write it in the middle of a sheet of paper or on your computer. And then you want to brain dump everything that you can possibly think of that is surrounded around your book. Okay, so you want to get it all out, right? And so what I do with my authors is after they do their brain dump, we actually create a solid foundation, a blueprint, which is a beautiful outline. And it's the basis of your book so that you can not only write a book that is profitable and sellable, but also write a book that you can go back to and reference if you are someone who wants to eventually step into getting speaking engagements and build a business around your book. Okay, so you want to create a brain dump of your ideas. Okay, you want to give yourself permission to release all of the burning thoughts and ideas that's in your head. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are giving yourself enough time. You're not rushing through the process, but everything that's coming up, you want to get it out of your head so that you can really start to see what you're going to be writing about. And then you can start organizing from there. Okay. So number 2 is you want to create a brain dump of your ideas. Okay. Now, number 3, after you have created a brain dump, you want to create an outline, for your story. Okay. So every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay. It's important that you know where you are starting with your story, where you're taking the reader through, and how you are going to conclude your book. Okay. But that alone of you telling your story is not enough. It's not. You have to be able to give your readers a transformation. You want to be able to deliver something else that they are getting after they have read your book. So one of the things that I tell my authors all the time is that when you think about writing your book, you want to think about that transformation as if you were getting ready to go to church, right? So I know for me, whenever I go to church, right, you may go to church, right? Pre-COVID, right? You would walk into the sanctuary or, the church. And if you're feeling one way, you definitely don't want to leave the same way that you came in, right? So you may go in and you may have some things that you want to work on with yourself. You may want to pray about some things, right? And then as you're in service, you know that, you're going to read some scripture, you're going to get motivated, you're going to get inspired, and then you are going to feel good, right? You're going to come out feeling good. You may even sing with the choir, right? And so the way you come in is not the way you go out, right? And that is the exact same thing when you are writing your book, okay? So the way that you come in should not be the same way that a reader leave your book. So when they crack open that book, you should be taking your readers on a transformation, okay? So you want to start to narrow down what is going to go inside of your book, okay? So that means diving deep and deciding what experiences are you going to be using, especially with nonfiction. I particularly work with nonfiction writers to extract their stories out of them, and we create a whole outline, a blueprint. I review it for my authors, and then we start the writing process, which speeds up the process, right? So if you're really, really clear on having a really nice outline of your story, which I like to do a blueprint, we do it in a nice, beautiful program that I use. And, we actually dive deep, and I help my authors to really pull out what's inside of them and how to organize it. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have these 3 components. Okay. Again, they are: number 1, decide on the topic that you're going to write on. Okay. This is going to make sure that you are diving deep into your purpose and you're writing in full alignment. Okay. Number two, you want to create a brain dump of your ideas. You want to get them out. This is also going to help you to push past a writer's block. I know a lot of times the reason why people have writer's block is because they have not worked out all of those kinks. Okay. So you want to definitely create a brain dump, get it out of your head, get it on paper, get it in your computer, get it somewhere so that it's not just foggy. Okay. And then you want to create an outline for your story. Okay. Again, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay. And then last but not least, you want to start writing. Okay. So after you have started this process, you want to start writing. Okay. Now, I know that this probably has your creative juices going and you're like, oh my goodness, this is really, really a lot. And, you know, I do know that I should do these things, but there's still some missing components. And if there are some missing components, that's okay. Okay. I want to tell you that when I wrote my book, this is the same strategies that I use and also for my clients. Okay. And this has actually helped my clients to write their stories really, really quickly. So if you are interested in taking this a little further, or if you need help with this, I would definitely recommend that you take my 5-day free challenge. Okay, I will put the link below in the description box where you can take the free challenge and get started and really get you on your way to getting out of your head and really, really walking you through the process of how to move the needle. Okay, so I highly recommend take the free challenge, sign up. There's also a workbook that goes with it, and that has been really, really great. It's going to give you a lot of clarity and it's going to move the needle for you. Okay, again, I will put the link in the description box. Okay, and make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Okay, hit the like button, and that's it. I will see you in the next video. And as always, have a great day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.